Hey, welcome back to MCOC Noxie, the master of mediocre gameplay. This is War 10 of Season 45. I'm going to be on Path 9. And there we got a Scorpion, we got a Nimrod, we got a Penny. Forgot her name there for a second. We got a Joe Fix-It. I'm going to be taking that Killmonger. I'm going to be taking that America Chavez. And I'm going to be taking that Spot. I'm going to be taking that Dragon Man. And then, unbeknownst to me at the time of this recording, I end up being called upon to take that MCOC boss. So there's Herc, Idoom, and Titania. Then we get to bring probably what's my favorite war team. Haven't got to bring the Fat Man this season at all, I don't think. So we got Kingpin, we got Hood, and we got the, of course, SIG 200 Ascended Cassie. All of these champs are rank 5, and 2 of them are Ascended. The only 2 I'm going to be taking fights with are Ascended Cassie, SIG 200. Kingpin will get there eventually, but, you know, if you know Kingpin, it's not that big a deal for him. I've got him already past, like, SIG 80 or 90, but got to get him to SIG 200, I think, to get that next big benefit. So here we got a Scorpion. The only worry here for this fight is not to get punished by his sneaky little Scorpion sins or Scorpion evade, whatever it is. And you can just see this fight is going really well. I'm already into overpower. I'm going to try to push him to SB2, and the Degen's just going to do the rest. Bye-bye, little bug man. Scorpion's an amazing champ, but down he goes. Nimrod here. I'm so happy to get to pull out my Kingpin. I love Kingpin, man. He's just my favorite to fight with. I love him. I love him. And of course, on Hazard Shift with a Hood especially, he's going to be hitting probably harder than any other champ in the game because he gets that overpower. So every time I get a bar of power, Nimrod will go indestructible for I think 5 or 6 seconds. Only on SP1 though. Not I should have said SP1, not just bar of power, but every time I get a SP1, he goes indestructible. I mean, just look, I'm just smashing this mutant destroying robot. The Marshmallow Man doesn't have a chance. He's gonna throw one more SP1. No problem. I have a lot of experience fighting against Nimrod. I have a rank 5 SIG 200 Nimrod. I'm assuming you're the same as me, is that if you have a high ranked champ, you're probably very familiar in how to fight them as well. It's usually when it's a champ I don't have, like MCOC here, the boss node later. I don't have a high ranked MCOC on any star level, 5, 6, or 7. I've just never gotten him. I have him as a 5-star, but he's a rank 1. I just got him, at some random time. 5 stars mean nothing to me now. So, all right. So here we've got a Penny. You want to be careful about the auto block. At some point, I decided to pound into her shield, just to avoid any of the possible problems she can bring. I believe this is a power 2 node, and so that's of course where she's going to do all her damage is on her power 2. Other than her auto block and power drain, power stings and all that, that's done. There goes her shield. That's good. The SP2 is really her source of damage, so it's not a bad placement here. The bad placement or the bad decision was to not ban Kingpin. I guess, they had their reasons, but it was probably a mistake. So there goes Kingpin just smashing up that little Penny. Here we've got a Joe Fix-It, who is one of those champs I don't have. I don't have him in any real high rarity. I'm sure I have him as a 5-star, but I've never ranked him. I don't have him as a 6-star. Don't have him as a 7-star. This one is a 7-star. So this is one I opened. So cannot punish the stun. You can stun him without any sort of penalty, but you cannot punish him on a stun. Yeah, I just got caught in a dashback. That was lame. So I'm trying to bait out his heavies. I think technically you probably want to bait out his SP2. It's the easiest one to evade, and you can't, or at least I don't know how to evade fully the SP1. But for some reason, the SP2 is just very tricky for me. Like I've gotten caught by that thing so many times in Battlegrounds. I don't feel like he's a hard fight, but that SP1 can do some block damage. So there we go. I was baiting out the SP2. I was ready for it when he threw it. I think that's the only one he will throw in this fight. He may throw another SP1. Yeah, here comes an SP1. I'm just going to let Kingpin heal back from that, though. Put the degen on him. Got a couple stacks of degen. So he's going to try to throw another SP1, but the degen catches him in time. So, oh, Kingpin, I missed you, boy. I missed my fat buddy. He's my guy. All right, so now we've got a Killmonger on many islands. This really just kind of, you know, prowess build up. He doesn't really build up prowess. Power snack, got to watch out for that. And then one too many hits really just isn't a problem. So it's an interesting placement. You know, Killmonger's a tough fight. Any node, and here we've got a 7-star. So he's a big, strong boy. But he is unduped, so a lot of his damage and the value as a defender is not realized yet. So this is really just bait him into his specials. You know, he loves to throw them. Just let him throw them. Pound in, pound in. Take it into the block if you need to. There's no problem. You're going to heal back your Kingpin. Your rage stacks, look, they're just perpetually healing you. So push him to his SP2, and then don't get caught by it. Whoop! Even if you have to take the first little bit into the block, it's not a problem. The damage is if you get caught. So far, this fight is going beautifully. I feel like it continues on this trend. He kind of just plays ball and throws the specials pretty much when I'm totally in rhythm for him too. Oh, there's a mistake. There we go. So let's see if he punishes me here. He doesn't. There's that weird new AI thing, man, where they will sidestep you and intercept you, but they won't punish a misplay. So that was a bad mistake. He could have taken a huge chunk of my health right there, but instead he holds block because I'm close to him. It's just a weird development. I'm assuming they'll eventually change that because it's saved me a bunch of times when I make a mistake. Like the AI just holds block instead of punish. So I think that was the only mistake I make in this fight. Probably end with a full yellow bar or very close to one. So got him to his SP2. Do I just decide to punish him? Okay, now I let him throw his SP2. Just play it safe. No problems. You already got away with one thing in this fight. Just don't push your luck. Here the degen will take him out. I caught him midair. That's cool. Goodbye, Catman. All right. So now we're on to America Chavez, which is, I've got my rank 5 ascended Cassie. So she's an awesome answer to this, but this node is a little scary to me. I haven't taken it that many times. Scared Stiff, and the one I'm really focused on is Power Focus 2. So I'm sitting there going like, okay, I don't want to face an SP2 from America, and that's what she's going to be driving for. So I'm looking at boosts. I'm going to boost up for this fight. I think these are the first boosts I've used this war. And then the game stalls. It freezes, my little girl. The game absolutely freezes. It stalls and crashes on me and does the Wheel of Death. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wasn't in the fight, right? But thankfully, I had clicked the invul boost there. But the game had stalled before the invul boost because I was out of the game for like 2 or 3 minutes. So I was like, did I just lose an invul? I was getting so hot under the collar. So there's a little nifty Cassie maneuver there. She's already got 17 power stings. Now I've got to be watching that Scared Stiff timer, which I'll admit I don't do a great job of in this fight. It catches me, I think, at least twice. So she's throwing her SP1s, which is good because she's, you know, so there I am. I'm rooted. Thankfully, her heavies, 3 hits from her heavy are pretty easy to evade. I want her to throw that SP1, please. I've got those stings on you, and she obliges. So the stings update. Oh, but I get rooted. I was about to punish her. That would have been a slick little Cassie play right there. So I'm like, forget this. I got SP2. I'm just gonna do some damage on her. Please throw your SP1. Am I gonna get rooted again? Yes, I am. So she got bailed out several times by the root. Like the fight would have been over probably 15 seconds ago at least. And so then I just pound into her and down she goes. No problem there. Probably way over boosted. I was a little concerned about the root and a little concerned about the Power Focus 2. So here we've got a stun immune spot. Only a rank 4. On Hazard Shift. Hazard Shift means, you know, just good for Kingpin. Stun Immune is a little fun. So I got to bait out the heavies. I do a good job of baiting out the heavies for the most part. I think he catches me at one point. There's a little intercept. That was nice. Put the SP1 on him. Get that degen rocking and rolling. Enjoy that, Spotty. So at this point, he only has one of his spots built up. And I want to, so I accidentally pound into him right there, and of course give him another spot. That's where he catches me with his heavy. I was a little late in my dash in. So there we go. I've got him almost to an SP3. I don't want to push him red. That's where he will do significant damage to me, of course. So he's going to throw his SP2. I think I just decided to take this into the block. Yeah, no sweat. Doesn't do any damage, really. Throw another degen on him, and that's the fight, baby. Boy, that was easy. That was easy. Kingpin! Why you been out of my life? Actually, you should just keep banning him. Don't, but it'd be a smart thing to do. So here we've got a Dragon Man that I did sign up for. He's got Enhanced Special 2, Aspect of Evolution, not worried about that. Special 2 Bias, which I'm also not worried about. Dragon Man is really only dangerous if he pushes SB3 multiple times, and I put an invul on, and he's really only dangerous there. So there's a noob Cassie move right there. I thought he was going to attack in. I thought I was slick. I went down and to hold my heavy, and he just backed up. So that's the new AI. So sometimes they'll just hold block, but sometimes they just won't attack in. And so, but that was a clear mistake on my part. That's absolutely human error. Of course, he's poison immune, so I'm robbed of a lot of my potential, not damage, but the length of my stings and taunt. And so I gotta keep him throwing his specials, which of course Dragon Man likes to do. He likes to throw specials. And I want to keep a taunt on him. So I can't put the poisons, but I can put everything else. So I'm losing some damage there. But I'm not doing a good job, and I remember this now. This is the first time I'm going back watching this. I'm not doing a good job of keeping the power stings on him because of the power gain. I'm trying to keep the withers on there, but I'm not doing a good job of keeping power stings on there. I'm obviously in control of this fight, right? I've got plenty of time left, but I am not getting the stings. So there we got a few stings. That was good. Got 5. That's still not what I want. But there we go. Because see, now he's right back to an SP1, and if I try to throw a heavy at this point, he could really punish me, and that's my concern. So at this point, I'm just kind of beating him up. I'm really not even playing a Cassie fight for the most part. This is just a sugar pill and decay fight. That's not really so much a Cassie fight. There we go. Oh, I bait him in. There we go. Now we got 12 stings on him. That'll do significant damage, especially if he keeps throwing his specials. There we go. Thank you very much. Oh, can I get... Oh, see, I can't. I throw an SP1, so I'll get the taunt on. That's good. So he'll keep throwing, most likely. There we go. Just take that into the block. Don't get too swifty with it there. So I'm going to keep the taunt back on. Refresh the taunt. It just fallen off. Once again, it lasts 80% longer. Stings and taunt last much long, almost twice as long if you have the poisons on. He's poison immune, so everything's falling off much quicker than I would like. So there goes my stings. I've only got 1 on him. He doesn't want to throw it. That does very minimal damage, of course. But as you see, my health bar is, I'm dominating this fight. He's almost gone. But now he's got me into the corner, and I don't like that. Like, I really don't like that. So now he's almost red, and I realize it, but he quickly throws SP2 to alleviate all of my fears. So thank you, Dragon Man. What a nice boy. Because he could have just sat there and done that weird thing where he holds block and goes red, and then the fight looks very different all of a sudden. I don't think it would kill me. I have my invul on, and I don't think he's hit me in this fight. Do I just throw an SP2 here? Yeah. That does decent damage. Not bad. Okay, so now... Oh, he bails me out again, man. Bailed me out again. Just threw that heavy special 2 when I needed him to. So this is a really bad Cassie fight, everybody. I just want to acknowledge that I see it too. It just kind of got out of hand. Thankfully, the node wasn't dangerous enough. And Cassie's, strong enough and has a high enough crit rate to get enough damage in there. So this is hours and hours later. I thought someone else already had boss. I was like, man, I could take that boss. And then my alliance leader was like, hey, you want it? And I was like, absolutely. So, of course, all my boosts have fallen off. I'm using my final boosts here, my final invul. I have plenty of other stuff. So here we've got a 7-star duped, which I don't even really know what the dupe does. I'm sure something good for him and bad for me. But the dupe Mangog on Boss Island, or as the boss. And so this fight, I went ahead and practiced a whole lot. I have a 5-star rank 1 Mangog, so I went and found my unranked 3-star Cassie and dueled him probably 20 times. Not exaggerating. I was like, let me just figure out this fight. And let me kind of figure out his rhythms. Because, you know, I know Mangog a little bit, but not a ton. I haven't fought him in war very often. And it turns out that Cassie's just a great counter. Especially in this meta, of course, because he's Sugar Pill and Cassie is Decay. So we've already got 11 stings on him. We've already got him in almost half down. He is gaining power. I need to keep those withers on him. So I'm going to keep the taunt on. He's back up to 12 stings. And thankfully, because of all the debuffs, because of all the withers, he is not going to go, what is it, unstoppable? Like he normally would when he has the 10 stacks of hatred or whatever those are called. So now we've got him up to, is that 18 stings? So he is destroying himself. I know he catches me one time, and maybe it's right here. Let me see. No? Okay, good. So those stacks of sting are just absolutely destroying. At this point, I'm just like, I don't need any more stings. I just need to keep the taunt on him, let him keep punishing himself. Yeah, right there. I thought he was going to throw his SP1, and he heavied, so he caught me right there. I was like, oh, tricky. I want to keep pushing him to his SP1, of course. Oh. And that's maybe my other mistake right there. He just sat there the whole time. I'm like, oh gosh, are you really not going to charge in? I'm right in front of you. And down he goes. Full yellow bar for Cassie. And that's a boss solo. We're going to win this fight, or we're going to win this war. That's War 10, guys. Felt good. I think I took one hit. Is that right? Yeah. He could have punished that one whiffed heavy that I threw. So that was a big mistake. But, you know, all in all, pretty good war. Hope you guys come back for War 11. Have a good one. Bye.